Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Have you spent hours perfecting your tracks, pouring your heart and soul into every beat, every lyric, then you post it on socials, you tell your mates, and it feels like crickets, like no one's listening? You're not alone. In 2025, the music scene is louder and more chaotic than ever. It's like a massive festival where everyone's got their own stage, and standing out takes more than just good music. But here's the truth. If your music isn't growing, it's likely not your talent, it's your strategy. So today, we're going to break down why most artists stall in 2025. And most importantly, exactly how to fix it. Alright, pens and paper at the ready or just your massive brains, and let's get into it. Okay, let's kick things off with the first big hurdle, and it's a common one, trust me. Mistake number one is thinking the music alone is enough. In 2025, it's a completely different beast. A whole new ecosystem we're navigating. The truth is, music isn't the product anymore. It's the experience. People are bombarded with content every single second of the day. If you're just dropping tracks without a story, without compelling visuals, without any context, you're basically invisible. You need to build a brand, not just a song. Who are you? What do you stand for? What's the vibe, the aesthetic, the message that goes with your music? People connect with people first. Think about your favorite artists. Is it just their songs you love, or is it their music videos, their interviews, their social media presence, the way they dress, the things they talk about? It's the whole package. So, how do you start building this brand, this experience? It begins with introspection. What makes your music unique isn't just the notes and chords, but the perspective you bring. Are you a storyteller, a poet, a party starter, a voice for the voiceless? Define that. Then think about how you can visually represent it. Your album art, your social media aesthetic, your music videos, they all need to sing from the same hymn sheet. Authenticity is key. Share your process, the behind-the-scenes stuff. Let people see the real you. Use your phone. Get creative with simple editing apps. It's about making people feel like they're part of your journey, not just consumers of your finished product. Remember, people don't just buy products. They buy stories. They buy emotions. They buy into a vision. Your music is the core of that, the heart of it. But the brand, the story, the visuals, that's the body, the vessel that carries it out into the world and makes people pay attention. If you're just throwing songs out there without this framework, you're missing a massive piece of the puzzle in 2025. So, the big takeaway here is to shift your mindset. You're not just a songwriter or a producer, you're a brand builder, a storyteller, a content creator. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more content. Alright, moving on to mistake number two, and this one is a trap so many artists fall into. It's relying on organic reach alone. You know, you post your new track, share it on your stories, and then just wait. Wait for the algorithm gods to smile upon you. Wait for it to magically go viral. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but in 2025, that's a bit like waiting for a bus in the middle of the desert. You'll be waiting a long, long time. Organic reach is basically dead. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all these platforms, they're businesses. And their business model increasingly is pay to play. They want you to spend money to get your stuff seen. Waiting for virality? That's a lottery ticket, not a strategy. So, what's the alternative? It's leveraging smart promotion. And I'm not talking about just throwing thousands of pounds at random ads without a plan. I'm talking about being strategic, being targeted, and investing wisely in getting your music in front of the right people. It's about understanding the tools available and using them to your advantage. Let's talk about some of these tools. Spotify Marquee, for example. This allows you to promote your new release directly to listeners who have already shown an interest in your music or similar music. Then you've got meta ads, that's Facebook and Instagram. The targeting options there are insane. You can target by age, location, interest, people who like similar artists. The list goes on. And don't forget about collaborations. Teaming up with other artists, influencers, or even brands that align with your vibe can expose your music to a whole new audience. The key here is to invest wisely. You don't need a massive budget to start. Even a small, well-targeted campaign can make a difference. The important thing is to track your results, see what's working, and adjust your strategy accordingly. Are people clicking through? Are they saving your song? Are they following your profile? These are the metrics you need to watch. It's an ongoing process of learning and refining. Think of it as an investment in your art, an investment in your career. So start small if you need to. Set aside a little budget for each release. Alright, mistake number 3. And this one is all about connection, real human connection. It's the mistake of not building a genuine community. So many artists get caught up in chasing big numbers, thousands of views, tens of thousands of followers. And while those numbers can look impressive on a screen, they don't mean much if there's no real engagement, no actual behind them. A fan base isn't built by accident. It's not something that just magically appears when you hit a certain follower count. It's built by talking to 10 people like they matter, not by shouting at 10,000 who don't care. Would you rather have 100 casual listeners who might hear your song once and forget it? Or 10 diehard fans who know all your lyrics, buy your merch, come to your shows and tell all their friends about you? Those 10 true fans are your foundation, your champions. So how do you cultivate this kind of dedicated following? It starts with treating your audience like individuals, not just a faceless crowd. It's about fostering a sense of belonging, a place where people who love your music can connect with you and with each other. One of the most powerful, yet often overlooked tools for this is starting a mailing list. Social media algorithms can change, platforms can rise and fall, but your email list? That's yours. It's a direct line to your most engaged fans, a way to share news, exclusive content, personal updates, without worrying if an algorithm is going to hide it from them. Offer a free download or some exclusive content for signing up. Then think about going live regularly. Instagram Live, TikTok Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, whatever platform your audience hangs out on. This is your chance to interact in real time. Play some songs, do a quanda, share what you're working on, or just have a chat. It breaks down that barrier between artist and fan, makes you more approachable, more real. People love that unscripted, behind-the-scenes feel. And what about building a dedicated space for your community? A Discord server is perfect for this. It can be a place where fans can chat with each other, share their own creations inspired by your music, participate in polls, get early access to news, and connect directly with you in a more informal setting. Remember, one real fan is worth 100 views. A view is passive, a fan is active. They comment, they share, they engage, they support. They're the ones who will stick with you through thick and thin, who will be excited for your next release before it even drops. So, start those conversations, build those spaces, and nurture those relationships. Alright, we've talked about the mistakes, the pitfalls, the things that might be holding your music back in this crazy 2025 landscape. But it's not all doom and gloom, not at all. Because now we get to the good stuff, the fixes. Here's how you turn things around, 2025 style. This is your artist playbook, the strategies you need to implement to start seeing real, sustainable growth. So grab your notepads again, because this is actionable stuff you can start doing today. First up, plan your content like a label would. Labels don't just randomly drop songs, they have release schedules, marketing plans, content calendars. You need to adopt that same mindset, even if you're a one-person operation. Think about your next release. What's the timeline? What content will you create leading up to it? Teaser videos, behind-the-scenes clips, artwork reveals, lyric snippets. Map it all out. This creates anticipation and keeps your audience engaged. Next, and this ties back to building community, treat fans like collaborators, not consumers. Instead of just pushing your music involve them in the process. Ask for their opinions on merch designs. Let them vote on the next cover song you do. Share demos and get feedback. When fans feel like they have a stake in your journey, their loyalty skyrockets. They become co-creators of your story, not just passive listeners. Then this one's crucial. Reinvest every penny of profit, or as much as you can, back into visibility, especially in the early days. made a bit of money from streams, a small gig, or some merch sales. Don't just see it as pocket money, see it as fuel for your growth engine. Put it towards those smart meta ads we talked about, or a Spotify marquee campaign for your next single, or better equipment to improve your content quality. This is how you build momentum. Small wins, reinvested, lead to bigger wins. And this leads perfectly to the next point. Work smarter, not just harder. We all know musicians work incredibly hard. The hours in the studio, the practice, the songwriting, it's a grind. But are you channeling that energy effectively? Are you spending hours on activities that don't actually move the needle? Analyze what's working. If posting 10 times a day on a platform that brings no engagement is burning you out, maybe it's time to focus on fewer, higher quality posts on platforms where your audience is. Right then, that was a lot to take in, I know. We've covered some serious ground today, from why your music might be stalling to exactly what you can do to get it moving and grooving in 2025. If you've made it this far, you've already got the drive most people don't. Seriously, sticking through a whole video like this shows you're committed to learning and growing, and that's half the battle won right there. Now use it. Take these ideas, these strategies, and start putting them into action. The music world in 2025 is challenging, no doubt about it, but it's also full of opportunities for artists who are willing to adapt and play smart. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to let us know your thoughts.